Today we're going to do some more silver refining. I've got about 400 grams of pure silver crystal in this beaker. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take it out here. This is the electrolyte from the previous refining, and we're going to augment it with more silver. So I'm going to take this over to my fume hood over here, and now what we'll do is I'm going to add some distilled water to this. It's about 400 grams, so add about just under half a liter, I guess, of distilled water. Now we'll add some nitric acid. This is 68 to 70% concentrated nitric acid. And I'm adding about, let's say 250 milliliters just to start this off. There's about 400 grams of pure silver crystal in there. So that's approximately 250 milliliters of concentrated nitric. Okay, now we'll take this, give it a quick stir, set it up here on the heat, and start dissolving that pure silver crystal for the electrolyte for the silver cell. While I'm waiting for that to dissolve, I need to come over here and clean up my workbench. I've got some previous experiments and other items on this. I need to clear this off because this is where I'm going to build the furnace. I just got back from an excursion. Mrs. Sweet Tips scouted this out for me, told me where to go and where to pick this up. And what I have here is a group of sterling silver items that I just went and purchased. You got to know where to look. You got to know when to look. And you also have to know what to look for. And these are marked sterling on the back. So this is quite a bit of silver here. Folks have been asking, where do I get it? This is where we get it. She finds it, I go buy it, and then refine it into pure metal. My solution's been on boiling now for about 3 hours or so. I'm going to turn it off and let this cool down. And let's go over here now and take a look at what I've got assembled to try to construct a larger furnace for my silver melts. What I have here is a large soup pot. This is a clay graphite crucible. I'll set that off to the side. And this is just a large steel pot that I'm going to use as the frame for the furnace. Over here is the material, the insulation. This is ceramic wool. Looks like it's about an inch and a half thick or so. Here's the specs on the side of the box for this wool that I'll be using. Alright, we're going to start by insulating the bottom of the steel pot here. I'm just going to draw around it with a marker. Regular old pair of scissors here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this out now. Here's our first piece. Gonna fit this down in the bottom of the soup pot now as the insulation for the bottom. Okay, now what I'll do is just lay the soup pot down right here. It's got a little mark right here. And I'm going to put a mark on the insulation. That's where we started. We're just going to roll it down this way now. See that? Let's see. Yeah, you can see it. And we'll put another mark right there. So that's how long we need this piece to be, from here to here. I'm going to measure the thickness here. This is about 1.25 inches or so. I plan to use one of these blocks down here on the bottom. See if that's going to fit. I guess it will. And then we'll set the crucible on that. I'm going to take a measurement from here to the bottom, to the top of the crucible. I'm going to need about 7 inches. So what we'll do is come over here and make this strip 7 inches wide. I've got it marked 7 inches. Measure twice, cut once. So I just want to make sure 7 inches is going to get me about right here, which will clear the top of the crucible. Alright, let's cut this strip. Now remember, folks, I'm making this up as I go. I have no clue if this is going to work or not, if I'm going to have the proper clearances in the furnace. It's completely experimental. What we've got here in the way of wrapping the insulation around the inside of our furnace. Alright, I'll put a little mark right here. We're going to take this out now and trim it up. Now let's see what kind of fit we're going to get out of this thing. Try to butt it up snug there so we create a tight seal right there. Bang. See if this is going to fit down in here now. And it does. Let's put the crucible in. I think that's going to work. Here we go with a test. I'm going to stick my tongs down in there and try to grab this crucible. Let's pretend like it's full of hot metal. And bang. Works perfect. Nice job, Matt. Matt is my fabricator. He built these tongs for me. Perfect. Now I'll cut a piece for the lid. And I think I got just enough material here to do that. Just draw an outline with my marker here. And now we'll cut this piece out. Alright, here's the lid. This should fit on there snugly. Create a nice seal, and it does. I think I'm going to scrap the idea of having a lid, because I'm going to have to put something underneath here, and it's going to corrode and tend to drop stuff down in there as the metal is melting. So I think what I'm going to do for now is just use 2 pair of tweezers like this and lift it on and off with these just until I can come up with a better design. Alright, here's my idea so far. I've got my propane tank here with a high pressure regulator. I've got my burner. I bought this on eBay. I think it was about 30 bucks. I've got a ring stand, all metal pieces holding it together. Alright, we're going to draw a little circle here. We're going to cut a hole in the side of our soup bucket here so we can stick the burner in. Now we'll pull everything apart, get everything out of the way here. Get the grinder out and grind a hole right there so we can stick the burner in. Before we go any farther, let's make sure it fits in the hole, and it does. Let's do a little mock assembly here and maybe even do a test fire. Get everything firmly placed in here. Put the seam right over the hole there. I'm going to try to slide the burner in through the seam and see if we can make that happen here. Just gotta force it out of the way a little bit. Alright. That's what that's gonna look like. We're gonna put the little floor that we have in there. Now we'll install the crucible. That's a 3 kilogram crucible. Put the lid on, see how that's gonna fit. That should work. Okay, everything looks tight. I'm gonna pull the lid off here. We're gonna open our valve. Wait a minute, I do smell some propane here. Yeah, I got a leak. I smelled some propane earlier. I think we're good. All right, we're going to turn the gas on and we're going to light this thing and see how this goes. We're going to put the lid on here now. I think I might have to cut a vent hole here so that the gases can escape. But I think we got us a functioning furnace. Shut her down. I think that's going to work, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's going to work. Well, the furnace build, it looks like, was a success. I used a steel soup pot. I think I paid $8 for that at a resale shop. I spent $47 for the installation. The crucible was about 20 bucks and the burner was $30. So, and then the little plate on the bottom, I'm not sure how much that cost, that come out of my other furnace, my electric furnace that I have. But altogether, it's probably going to be right around 100 bucks for everything that I have invested to make this furnace. Now, of course, all we've accomplished so far is a test. And in the next video, what I'll do is we're going to try to melt some silver shot, some cement silver, and pour some silver shot with a 3 kilogram crucible. So, okay, this will conclude the video. I'm happy. Thank you for watching.